I was vegetarian practically this whole past semester. I only stopped it when I got back home because I was doing it originally to try to see how it would affect my performance. I thought it'd maybe make it better. In reality, it actually hindered it a little bit. I was kind of bummed because I could really get used to that. And I'm probably going to be vegetarian if I stop playing tennis or like after college in general because it's actually like a lot of the recipes are really good and meat's expensive, dude. There's no necessary point to actually eat meat all the time. To be fair, I'm Greek, so we eat a lot of meat like lamb and pork and
No, that's
fish and Greek. Yeah, but Greek people eat a lot of meat. But I mean, I actually like a lot of vegetarian food. It's pretty good. Because the reason I started was, or like one of the big reasons I had seen a couple YouTube videos about or not vegetarian vegan athletes, and I was like, what?
vegan
I
athletes.
mean, I don't like the word vegan. You could just use plant based from now
How
on.
many top? How many
Well, Novak, he's like
Novak's?
practically vegetarian.
Yeah, but like when you eat fish or chicken, that's
That's
you're not.
pescatarian.
No, but he also
He eats
eats
chicken,
chicken
yeah.
like on occasion, very little, but like it shows that he's not doing it for the sake of like doing it. He's doing it because he's really like he's managing his
Yeah, yeah,
diet
yeah, yeah.
very
Yeah, he's
seriously.
like you would say he's 95% vegetarian. But anyway, so I would watch these videos and I was intrigued, and then I went back to school after winter break. And like the first night I'm there, I see my teammate, and he tells me about this documentary on Netflix called Game Changers. And so I think that night I went and watched it, and I was like mind blown. So it's basically about this guy that used to be an MMA fighter. He hurts his knee or he hurts his leg somehow really really badly, and then he's kind of going through the rehab stages and just wants to get in great shape and back into good shape as fast as possible so he can get back to fighting. And he finds the whole plant-based diet and is figuring out how to go about it and see testimonials from other people and whatever. So he sees like a track athlete, Australian track athlete, that she's very high performing. Strongman. Do you know what a strongman is?
A strong man
Yeah.
is
No, not like a strong man. I'm saying like a strong man. Like people who are
pull
literally.
trucks and do
Yeah, those like strongman competitions. People they're like 400
lift
pounds.
boulders.
Yeah, they literally lift like 300
They all
pound
come from Iceland.
logs over their head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Most
Thor
most of them come
from
from Iceland.
Game of Thrones.
No.
Well, the Mountain
Yeah.
from Game of Thrones. Have you
Okay.
ever watched Game of Thrones?
No.
Dude,
It's a good show, I've heard.
dude. Anyways,
The
so
last season
the
sucks,
really
apparently.
big, yeah, it does. The big dude, he's a strong man.
Okay.
So, yeah, and there's one guy that's a strong man that's completely plant based.
Is he a champion?
I don't know, but he
That's
has.
the thing, is like there's no champions
Yeah,
who
yeah.
are
That's,
like
you see, so that's like the thing I was gonna get to. There are a lot of people that are plant based athletes, right? And the whole premise behind it for them is like they feel more energy, and it just their body feels better. And so what I found is I did feel more energy, but only short spurts, you know. And so during a match, I was getting more tired than I usually had been, and I felt like I was just after the match I was dead. All my matches that whole like see this past season, in some matches like I would get quick spurts of energy pretty good, and I would actually like it would feel good. But then like over time, I was feeling more tired and tired, and I had no idea why. I
well
was like
all these
confused.
all these vegetarian vegan diets, are you like are you actually taking a lot of protein from other sources?
That's the hard part is getting protein sources. Like the best protein sources
Or
on
meat?
vegetarian no, on vegetarian diet, it's
Beans, eggs,
beans and
eggs.
legumes.
What the heck? Oh no, I know what a legume is.
Yeah.
A
Do you
legume,
know what a legume is?
isn't that what a peanut is?
I think so.
No, or not
No,
not
no, no, no.
pistachio. There's a
Lentils, dude. Lentils.
thing. Lentil is not a, or it might be a legume, but
It
that's
is
not
a
what I'm
legume.
thinking of. That's not what I'm thinking of. There was a, I think it's peanut, because like it's not a nut. Like it's like, oh, I like eating nuts. It's like, what, like peanuts? And then my friend was like, no, peanuts are not nuts. They are legumes. And I'm like, what the heck is that? And apparently the difference is like a nut comes from something that grows. I feel
Technically, tree nut.
yeah
Something that
yeah
goes
a nut
off of,
a nut is something that grows out of the earth, and a legume is something that grows from inside the earth or something like that. It's basically like a really rough technicality. Like
okay. Yeah, and
like
technically,
they're
peanuts are legumes.
yeah they're
So,
it's like they're the same, but there's like one technical difference that divides them.
yeah.
Anyway,
I can tell you, yeah, it's really hard to get protein when you're on vegetarian diet, obviously, because you can't eat meat.
but
And
like what can you eat that has protein in it?
literally what I just told you. It's like
Legumes?
beans,
Peanuts
legumes.
have protein in it?
Peanuts have protein, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All nuts have protein?
I think a pretty good amount. Not like let's say a chicken breast has like 25 grams of protein in it. Then peanuts, like a serving of peanuts would have like 10 grams or maybe a little less.
So
Like
wait,
peanut butter has a lot of protein in it for one serving. That's actually really good food if you're on like if you're
vegetarian
yeah,
getting
and if you're not allergic to tree
peanuts.
nuts or I guess peanuts, then you can definitely eat a lot of peanut butter. And that's what I do now. So
That doesn't
I'm not
sound
vegetarian
healthy
anymore.
though.
It is healthy.
Peanut butter's healthy?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is jelly healthy?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I mean, you see, that's another thing. You know, when you're dieting and when you're watching what you eat, there's a fine line between unhealthy foods and like just plain bad for you. You know, like you can eat some unhealthy foods in very, very high moderation. Like you can have some jelly every few days. Like for instance, what I do is I eat Greek yogurt almost every day, and like one thing that Greek people do in general is we put honey on it because it just tastes better. Because Greek yogurt plain is just disgusting.
okay.
I've hated it always like that. So I would always put some honey in it. Tastes unbelievable. But like, you know, honey plain is kind of, you know, not the healthiest thing to eat because it's basically just sugar straight down the hatch.
It's good for energy.
Yeah. But anyway, so
Have you ever
I
had
eat that.
honey raw?
Of course.
It's unbelievable how
Dude.
effective it works. Like I remember when I took it once, like when I was playing tennis, and my dad always was like, eat some honey for energy, and I'm like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But one day I tried it, and I felt so energized, and I'm like, dude, this stuff really does work, and I was amazed at how quickly it worked.
Yeah, I've actually never. I don't know because I've always liked kind of sugary foods, even though I don't eat them at all right now. But
So
I
what were
always
you
liked candy, sweet foods in general. Like I've loved that since I was a kid, and so when I would eat that sugary stuff, I wouldn't necessarily feel like the quick sugar rush at all.
You
I feel like
just-
I just got accustomed to it. You know?
Yeah, I got accustomed to it too. But what were you saying?
No, yeah. So I was saying, I noticed that when I got back home, like I had a talk with my dad about like how this diet affected how I was playing, like on the drive back from school. And we talked about it a little bit, and he was like, yeah, you should probably get off it now, see what the difference is. And so I started eating meat again when I got home, and dude, it made a world of a difference.
What changed?
Like I felt like my energy was lasting longer, you know. It's super weird. Like I said, I felt like when it came to short intense spurts of energy it was a lot easier, but then like over the long haul I was feeling more depleted when I was vegetarian. And so adding meat back in, I felt like first of all I gained some muscle mass back, which was good because when I was vegetarian I lost like 3 or 4 or 5 pounds
You
of
lose
muscle.
all of it.
I didn't lose all of it because I was
You
still
will
getting
eventually,
protein.
if you
Because
keep
also
doing
one of
it.
my buddies gave me like, because he was vegetarian for some time, and he gave me a whole like thing of just vegan protein powder.
The vegan
And I pounded
protein
that all in
powder?
a week.
What is regular protein powder made of?
Whey, which is dairy based.
That's vegetarian.
Yeah, so technically it's vegetarian, but it's not vegan.
What's
Quote unquote.
okay? What's vegan made out of?
means
No, I know what the
Yeah,
difference
yeah.
is, but so what's the vegan protein powder made of?
peas.
Soy.
It could be soy, yeah. The one I had was made from peas.
Sounds
Like a little.
disgusting.
You see, it actually didn't taste that bad.
What was
I
the
also
flavor?
have, I don't know, like some
Pea
vanilla or
flavor?
I don't know, some vanilla or chocolate, whatever. But it was all right. So a lot of people drink protein powder in general, and they hate the taste because it's not necessarily great tasting. But you know, for me, I've been drinking it for a long time, and I'm like number one proponent of protein powder. I love it, and I think it works wonders. But
Okay.
because I mean, you see me coming here every single time with the shake.
It's true. Every time I see his car pulling up, I just see him like with a tube sticking in his mouth, and he's just drinking. He has that hat with the cup holders on it. He's just drinking protein powder every day.
Yeah.
Doesn't stop.
Hey man, gains can't stop. But anyways, so I killed that thing in like a month because it was the thing is, it's so expensive. Like if you're plant based completely and
It's
you're
very
gonna
expensive.
or no, just getting protein.
But even
like
the
protein
diet
powder.
itself is very expensive.
No, it's cheaper.
I don't believe that.
Really?
You think a
Dude,
vegan-based
meat costs
diet,
more money.
vegan is cheaper?
Absolutely. Because all you're eating is plants, man. You're just eating plants and beans and legumes and peas. What is so expensive about that?
I don't know.
Use your head. Come on. Like you would have to buy if you wanted to buy steak for your family for one night, you're dropping at least $50 at the grocery store. Or $40.
Okay.
And then you also have to make the rest of the food.
Okay.
Now just take away the steak.
Then I starve.
No, man. You just make more of the vegetables and stuff. No, I honestly, it's definitely cheaper. It is most definitely cheaper.
I don't know. I keep hearing that these diets are. I guess maybe the protein substitutes are the expensive part.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like that protein, pea-based protein or just vegan protein, pretty overrated and pretty expensive.
You could just starve.
Maybe not the best idea.
It's cheap.
I mean, you'll still be on a caloric deficit.
It's
but...
cheap.
Yeah, tell that to the people that are dying from hunger right now.
At least they're not overweight.
Oh my god, man.